What are the most expensive Pokemon sales ever? Let's take a look at the top 30. Keep in mind, most of these are going to be slabs. And the list skips over duplicates of the same card, even if grading is different. They also treated all Trophy Pikachu copies of a specific placement, gold, silver, or bronze, as the same card, regardless of which tournament they came from. Otherwise, this list would mostly be base set Charizard and Trophy Pikachu cards. So keep all that in mind, and let's get into it. Number 30 might be my favorite of the entire bunch. Torchic Gold Star from 2004 and a CGC 10. This one sold just recently, a month ago, for $117,000. We've got Neo Summer Battle Road number 2, Takahiro Ikeda, CGC 10, and this one sold for $132,000. For a few years in Japan, several tournament prize cards were released featuring the placing trainers on the cards themselves. This card was awarded at the 2001 Neo Summer Battle Road tournament. Snap Magikarp coming in at number 28. This one sold for $136,000. The Snap cards are a series of promotional prizes dating back to a 1999 Korokoro comic and 64 Mario Stadium collaboration contest. The rules were simple: submit an interesting photo from the 1999 video game Pokemon Snap, and you might have your picture turned into a real Pokemon card. Winners were sent 15 to 20 copies of their card. Number 27, we got number 2 trainer Toshiyuki Tamaguchi. This one sold for $137,500. Number 26, we've got first edition Blastoise Logan Paul Break. Woo! This one sold for $138,880. The first base set card on the list comes from a very specific source. Blah, blah, blah. February 21 box break of first edition base set booster box. And so they've gone ahead and put that text on the label. I don't know why you would pay more for it just because Logan Paul opened it. I just don't care enough. I think it's really dumb. 25, first edition Neo Genesis Lugia 9. This is a good one. Beckett Pristine 10. I was really sad when Beckett sold out to Collectors, PSA's parent company, and because I like this. I like the different color labels that they did, the Pristine 10, the black label. I don't know. I think that was really cool, and this is a dope card too, out of Neo Genesis. And this one sold for $144,300. Hey, I'm editing, and I just want to mention Beckett still does all that stuff. I just don't trust them after selling out. Next up, number 24, we've got Pikachu Gold Star 104. This one sold for $148,000. It was an extremely rare pull in EX Holland Phantoms. Number 23 is Snap Chansey. This one sold for $150,000. A number of these were auctioned off in mid-2025, so that's what you're seeing here. We've got number 22, another one, Snap Gyarados, for $150,000 as well. And number 21 is Super Secret Battle number 1 Trainer. Sold for $156,000. Winners of the Regional Challenge Road 1999 Summer Tournaments received this unusual but extremely cool trainer card. Number 20 is a Gold Trophy Pikachu, number 1 trainer, 3rd tournament, 1998. So this is what they meant in that first part, is that this is the most expensive Gold Trophy Pikachu. There's other Gold Trophy Pikachus that probably could have made this list from the other tournaments, but this is the most expensive Gold Trophy. Anyhow, this one sold for $168,000. These prize cards came from the 1997 through 1998 Pokemon tournaments, just a few months after the launch of the PokemonTCG. They're the first ever prize cards in the game's history, and there are very few copies known to exist. Number 19, we've got Extra Battle Day Lily. First modern card here, sold for $171,000. Unbelievable. Chinese auction site Zhanyu. PSA 10 copies normally sell for $100K. So it's not unreasonable for a BGS 10 to go for significantly more. Oh, interesting. So the one that was sold was a BGS 10. The picture they have is a PSA 10. Gotcha. Number 18, we've got the Umbreon Gold Star. Japanese 70,000 points promo. This one sold for 180,000. Players who accrued enough points during the 4th season of the Pokemon Players Club could earn a special Umbreon Star promo. The 70,000 points required could be earned by attending events, playing matches, and placing in tournaments. Number 17, we got another Snap Bulbasaur. This one sold for 200,000. Mushi's University Magikarp sold for $210 and $800. One of the earliest prize cards in the game. Earning it was a bit more complicated than placing it in a tournament. Participants had to pass the Hyper Professor exam, the hardest in a series of mail-in trivia contests run by Shogakukan magazines between 1998 and 1999. Really cool stuff. Number 15, we've got a test print gold border Blastoise CGC 6.5. Sold for $216,000. This Blastoise card with a Magic the Gathering back, along with other unusual Blastoise cards, can be traced back to the first attempts by Wizards of the Coast to print Pokemon cards. They share the same Comic Sans font and gold borders. There's a great article from CGC that explains their process for verifying the authenticity of these test print cards. Number 14, Luigi Pikachu, 296, a Black Label Pristine 10, sold for $216,000. Japan-only Mario and Pokemon crossover produced an extremely rare Luigi Pikachu promo. Full art printing typically sells for $7,000 to $8,000, even for a PSA 10, but this particular BGS 10 Black Label is an especially high standard for grading that goes beyond the just about perfect standard of a typical 10, which could include 9.5 rating in a specific category. Yeah, I think that's nonsense. Honestly, PSA is just bums, is what it is. We'll talk about that a little later when we get to the number 1 card, which you might have a hunch if you're in the know. This sold very recently. Anyways, number 13, we got Japanese Blastoise, no rarity symbol. Sold for $231,000 and $800. Cards without rarity symbols can be traced back to the earliest printings, and as a result, they can fetch wild prices on the market. Number 12, Tsunekazu Ishihara signed promo. Another modern-ish card. Sold for $241,200. This is dope. I love this. Ishihara GX. I think that's super cool. Come on. Who wouldn't want to have a card like that of themselves? That's just so cool. One of the more unusual cards on the list, the 2017 Tsunekazu Ishihara promo, was distributed to Pokemon employees to celebrate the 60th birthday of the founder and president of Pokemon. Number 11, Family Event Trophy Kangaskhan. Sold for $250,000 on the nose. Very appropriate Kangaskhan promo. Was awarded to teams in the Kangaskhan parent-child tournaments held alongside mega battle tournaments in Japan. Super cute. Number 10, we got Snap Pikachu. This is one of the only raw cards graded PSA authentic. So it was authenticated, but not graded, which is cool. Sold for over $250,000 at $270,000. Number 9, we got the 2004 Pokemon World Championships Tropical Wind semi-finalist. This one's awesome. I love this card as well. Just so happens to have Torchic in it, Mudkip, and Trico. Sometimes you just like Gen 3, and it is what it is. I know that I'm biased. This one sold for $300,000. Number 8, Commissioned Presentation Blastoise Galaxy Star Hollow. This one's got a white back here, sold for $360,000. Created by Wizards of the Coast in '98 to present to Nintendo and eventually earn their approval for Pokemon card printing. Significant in history if you think about it. Maybe not this card, but it's possible that this card was put on a desk or in a big meeting room with a big round table, and they might have passed this around. Like, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Number 7, Bronze Trophy Pikachu. Number 3, trainer for the first tournament. This one sold for $378,200. And number 6 is the Silver Trophy. This one for the second tournament. So interesting. The bronze, most expensive from the first tournament. The silver, most expensive from the second tournament. And the gold, most expensive, is from the third tournament. And this one the silver sold for $444,000. Number 5, getting into some really cool stuff here. We got the Charizard Top Sun Blue Back. This one sold for $481,200. Almost coming up to $500,000 here, guys. If you were ever gifted Pokemon cards, especially as a child, there's a good chance you ended up receiving the wrong kind of cards. PokemonTCG is just one of several Pokemon trading card product lines, and it's not even the first one. Top Sun cards aren't PokemonTCG cards, but they are some of the oldest. These ones were bundled with packs of gum, and the ones with the blue backs and missing the Pokemon number are dubbed to be the oldest. This one has it's a grading error here by PSA, where they graded it in 1995 when there's no way it could have been released at that point, because the video game didn't even come out yet. The correct date's 1997, but the grading mistake has also driven interest. That's also silly. Like, we're going to pay more because PSA made a mistake while grading it? Get out of here. Number 4, pre-release Raichu, 1999. This one sold for over $500,000 now, $550,000. Number 3, we've got the Japanese Charizard base set with no rarity symbol. And this one sold for $641,000, almost $642,000. Number 2, we've got another base set Charizard. This one, first edition, Logan Paul break again. And we get to talk about this garbage here. Sold for $954,000, almost $1 million. Highest selling English Charizard of all time, shattering the previous record of $420,000. This was this is February 21, so this was still during the COVID boom. So he was, pumping and dumping for sure, and this just reeks. I mean, can we just all agree that this behavior does not pass the sniff test? Logan Paul, seemingly in coordination with Golden Auctions and PSA, opening base set boosters. Somehow these base set rares are all coming in as 10s. And then he's auctioning off the cards for record prices. It doesn't even pass the sniff test. I'm sorry. And that leads us perfectly into maybe the most controversial card in the space, and it's the most expensive one too. Just sold at auction last month for $16,492,000, $16.5 million essentially. And this is the story. The PSA 10 was purchased by Logan Paul for $5.275 million in 2022. And he traded it for a 9 and $4 million. The 9 was valued at 1.25. So that's how they got the 5.275 figure. Here's my problem. First of all, you get this liquid marketplace scam where he sold it essentially to liquid marketplace, or listed it on liquid marketplace. Imagine this is a company going public, right? He sold shares of the card and people bought them on liquid marketplace, and then basically he rug pulled everybody and This was only, I don't know how many years, I don't know when he actually posted it on Liquid Marketplace. I should have done a little more research, but it was only a matter of years. I mean, even if he listed it right away, he picked it up in 22. So it was even if he listed it right away, that was 4 years later. The card's now up in value, so people are maybe feeling good, like they made a good investment on Liquid Marketplace. Now he liquidates it, and he's saying that he bought them out. Maybe he did buy them out at the original price, but people are alleging that they weren't even able to get the funds. So essentially, he hasn't paid people back at all. So he basically sold the card on Liquid Marketplace and then sold it again, is what people are alleging who owned shares. Crazy. The other thing about this card is that it's really not perfect. This picture feels doctored, and let me show you in a second. So this is the 10. You can see it's got the nick there in the corner. There's a close-up picture here. And you can see that's right at the top of the border here. That's important. Also, notice this. See how there's a little yellow on this side and there's not on this side? Once you notice that, this does appear thicker than the right side. And then also, it's kind of like off kilter a little bit. So if you look here, there's a bigger yellow gap here than there is here. And then once you notice that, when you look at the top, you can tell that this is thinner than this. Okay? The top right border is thinner than the top left. So if you think this is doctored, maybe, remember what I said about that, right? Where that ding is. And then here's just this is just a random picture from Yahoo, okay? And you zoom in on that. Right there, right at the top of the thing, little ding in the card. So, whatever. I mean, who cares? But, like, when it's the PSA 10 and you're selling it for a record-breaking amount of money, like, now we care, right? Now we care that it's not a 10. And it just seems so sus. Like, it just does not. It just reeks of collusion when everything that's going on between the box breaks and the whole slab that they while it was at auction, they reguarded the illustrator. And then when you think about that in context of the Deoxys that was damaged during the reguarding process, can you imagine? Can you imagine if something like that happened with this card when it was already bidding at $5 million? Oh, that would have been crazy. That's all I got. Hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.